Okay, we are so trying something new tonight. So, good evening. I am doing this so it's more public and I don't have to share it in my group so you guys can find me. So, let me share, see who we get, who finds us as I share. Yep, there's that. Oh, you guys are finding me. Yay! That's very exciting to me. Let's see. That's awesome. Oops, I got to get rid of this volume or else then I'm going to have all this background noise because, I'm going to have to use my phone because probably for the comments, I won't be able to see. I'm going to try to catch up with the comments in here. Oh, we got Cheryl and let me see, Diane Shear. Hi, Molly. I just miss you. Did you finish all your goodies yet? I have to share these so everybody can find us. See, new to me, that was a couple minutes early, so just bear with me so that I can see comments. I can see comments on here. That's much. I'm gonna have to look at comments on my phone because these ones on the computer just don't keep up. Hi, Nita. Oh, there they all are. Now I can see Mountain Gamma. And oh, it's the birthday girls on. Hi, Jacqueline. Nice to have you on tonight. And Susan and Pony and Stacy's on. So, well, welcome. Welcome to Thursday Live. Pretty exciting. We're going to do some more book review stuff tonight. So that's going to be fun. Goal setting. So that'll be and accountability. So not that anybody needs any of that, right? Oh, it's going to be awesome. More people. I'm trying. I shared it in Onward and I shared it in Success. I didn't share it anywhere else. If you guys want to share it for me, that would be awesome. So go on, share it in the groups so that I can pay more attention to what I'm doing because I'm just not, multitasking. I'm learning something new. So, anyways, I had a fabulous day making deliveries today. Always seems to fall on like delivery day. Molly's calls always seem to fall on her delivery day. And then we have so much fun talking about how much fun we have making deliveries. Today, making deliveries, everybody was home. Home. And yeah, it was a good time, let me just tell you, because it took an hour and a half longer than it should have just because I was chatting with everyone because they were home. So that always happens. Who else do we have? Hi, Lisa. Oh, look who else is on. Maria. Hi, Maria and Robin. And Janine's on and Bobby. Well, I am so glad that you guys were able to join me this evening. When I do this next time, it's going to be Thanksgiving, and everybody's been sharing what they're grateful for, and I just love that. And I haven't done that yet, so I don't want to start late. I'll probably get started on it eventually, but I haven't yet, right? So, oh, Georgianne's on. Hi, Georgianne. I haven't seen you forever. And Tammy. So, on to talking a little bit about first goal setting. We're going to talk a little bit about my customers and the fun that I have when I deliver all of my orders. Put some things in here if you have comments. If you have the book and you have read it or started to read it, have somebody said they've read it several times. It's not hard to read, but it does take work. I do make this so that you have to apply yourself a little bit to what you're doing. Elizabeth did a fabulous review for me. I can't thank her enough. That was awesome. I have a winner from last week. I told you that I was going to give one away off of the comments. Since I am doing it on this way, I may give it off as shares. So I'm going to give another book away. So I've heard a few people say they can't afford it right now. They really want, to get the book. And I know how that is. Every penny counts, especially when you're building a business. And I understand completely. So let me help. So sharing and liking is going to get you a book. So next week I'll give another one away. This fabulous book is going to Tracy LaRocco. I'll put her name up later so that she's tagged, but she got this one coming to her. I don't think she got it yet. I'd have to look. Also, on that note, keep in mind, some people have said, oh, I'm still waiting. I haven't gotten it. You haven't contacted me. I have them all written down, and I didn't private message, so I've just been trying to kind of play catch up for the most part. So if you haven't heard from me, send me a private message. Don't put it anywhere in a link in any of these groups, because it's hard for me to find that and then go back and keep track. You can imagine the struggle is real. Let me tell you. So definitely, I'm going to be doing, every time I get on, we're going to be talking about the chapters, because literally there's so much to share. All right, there really is. I wrote this book to help you find out what's holding you back from success. What struggles have you had in your life that are holding you back from success? You don't think that things hold us back. That might be from whenever ago, but they do. So take your time reading it. Fill out the pages. I left some blank. I know some people got the Kindle and then they're like, oh, geez, I'm going to have to get the book because now I have a notebook that I have to keep. But you're going to want to take notes, and you're really going to have to hold yourself accountable while you're reading it. When it comes to goal setting, and that's kind of where we left off. Like, we talked a little bit about the beginnings, my life. I share that all the time. You guys know. Background, quick, fast forward, 17 years of direct selling company with Avon. And honestly, it's been a fabulous journey. It has ups, it has downs, it has wonderfulness, it has not so much wonderfulness. It's like anything else in life. Not everything is perfect, okay? But the key to everything that goes on when you're building a business and in life in general is not quitting, not giving up. And I stress that a whole lot in this book, because as you follow through on it, there are many times and things that happened in my own life and still that you just think, I just don't want to do this anymore. This is too hard. I have too much going on. Don't quit. I can't even tell you. That's the key. Never giving up on yourself. We take everything so personally, okay? Everything. We take it all personal. Our kids do something, oh, we must be a bad parent. Oh, something happens at work, it must be me. Oh, the relationship is good, or, maybe something's wrong, or maybe it failed. And immediately, it's something we did. We were maybe abused growing up. Maybe we had terrible parents, and it was just whatever. And we want to take that on as if it's our fault. It's not just you. It's not your fault. You can't go through life always going, it's just me, it's just me, it's just me. Some things are us, okay? There are some things that are us. We can take accountability for some of the stuff. For instance, your debt. If you have debt, you helped create that debt. You probably still help create that debt. We are our own worst enemies in life. I'm just here to tell you. I know for myself, it's very hard not to want to go spend money. You got to save money. You have to put money where it belongs. And if you're paying stuff off, if you're trying to get out of debt, I have chapters all on how you get this done, how to write it down, how to keep track of it, how to plan, how to set a goal. That's in our goal setting. So, and when you get to the goal setting chapter, you really want to start looking at what are the goals that you want to set. What are the things in your life that you want out of your life? If you don't set a goal for them, if you don't put something out there that says, this is what I want to make bronze ambassador. Okay, you can want it all day long. Did you set a goal, and did you put a plan together? Because if you didn't set the goal, if you didn't put it on paper, if you didn't put a plan together, then all you did was talk about it. So talk about it out loud, write it down, and then start working towards the steps that are going to get you to where you want to go. President's Club, everybody's wanting to make PC, or more. Maybe you're trying to hit even a higher level. What's the goal? What did you do? What did you do different? I talk about it in the book. I really do. I help you to break that down. How many customers do you need? What product do you want to focus on? Are you talking to people? One of my customers today, because I love to share about my customer stories. And she was home today, so I got to go in. She wasn't even dressed. She's like, "You're catching me. I'm in my pajamas. I didn't even put my makeup on yet." She's so cute. I said, I know, here I am. She goes, and you look like a little kid standing at the door. And I'm like, okay, so I can hear that all day. Like, that makes me feel good. I said, like I was selling cookies or something, right? She said, yeah. I said, well, I'm not. I have your Avon. So, and I came in there and we started talking about, how hard it is today in life and how hard it is and the kids and for the younger generation and even ourselves, how hard it is to be established, to get somewhere. I mean, we've got, car insurance is through the roof, life insurance, house insurance, just health insurance. So just right there, boom, 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 boom. That's a lot, right? If they need to have a car payment, putting gas in their car, the struggle is real, you guys. It isn't something that it's just not like it used to be. She says, when I was growing up 50 years ago, when her and her husband got married, their rent was $95 and they lived in a little house upstairs. An apartment was upstairs above a business. It's $95. They said, you just don't find that anymore. It is really hard. So starting and building a business is hard too. It's not that easy. It takes a lot of grind. It takes getting outside of our comfort zone. One of the key things when you're trying to set a goal, when you want this business, your business to thrive and your life to thrive, you really have to look at things as they are. Okay? You have to be able to you know, if it didn't work, don't do it again. How about that? If you're looking at yourself going, I still have all these books that, I mean, I didn't get these books out. I didn't talk to customers this time. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. I hear all the I didn't do's, but instead of just I didn't do's, what are you going to do differently this time? What do you want to do to make it different this time? Or are you going to talk to maybe a few more people or just try to talk to one? Are you going to try to get follow-up information because it's key in our business is that follow-up so that we can get out there and get the order? Sometimes we have to try things that don't make us comfortable, and it's okay. But don't think, oh, I have to go out and talk to 1,400 people today. I don't even have to talk to five. I can talk to one person today. And you know what? It might take 3 different stops while I'm out to do that. So as my customer and I were talking, she does a lot of reading, so of course she's gonna get my book. So she's all excited about it, and I was excited too. I'm like, "Oh, you're gonna love it!" So she goes, "I have to have my husband get it. I should have brought some with me, but I didn't think about that." But she's gonna get it, and it's nice because I know I can get some real feedback from somebody who's not in direct sales and is retired, and her husband, and she has grandchildren that are in college. So it'll be nice to get some feedback from her to see maybe what she thinks, which I love to get the feedback from you guys as well. The whole point in sharing, the whole point in doing these live videos, the whole point in having a YouTube channel isn't because I'm bored and have nothing better to do. Because believe me, y'all, I've got a lot to do just like you. Um, I do it because I love to share what's worked for me. I love to share what hasn't worked for me, my struggles. What did I do to overcome so many things, the obstacles? One of my other customers today had no idea how Eric and I met. And then she had no idea, why I got divorced. Like, I don't know why she didn't. I don't know how we never had this conversation. So she's asking. And I know we're sharing about my kids and stuff. And so she was asking questions. And I said, my ex-husband is an addict. And she goes, oh, why did you marry him? I go, well, because he was a recovering addict. I said, and I knew him since I was like 16 years old, and we kind of grew up together, and I knew his family, and he was in recovery. I mean, we went through every stage of it. I mean, I started when he was partied with him. Then I got older and grew up a little bit and decided I didn't want to keep this lifestyle anymore. I wanted more out of my life and thought he was going to jump on board and do that as well. Share in my book a little bit on how I had my whole life planned out by the time I was 25. So I was 20 years old and my life was planned out. I knew I wanted to be married and have my kids by the time I was 25. I was going to be, successfully married with children, right? That was my plan. A lot of people had that plan. My plan did not go like that. Let me just be clear. That is not what happened. I didn't get married till I was 25. Didn't have my son until I was 28, my oldest. So needless to say, my life did not go the way that I thought it was going to go right even from the get-go. And I told her, I said, just because somebody has a drug or drinking problem in their life doesn't make them bad. And he wasn't bad. And we had a good relationship and things were good. Our relationship was good for a long time, you guys. I only have one ex. Okay. Same person who fathered all three of my children. I'm fortunate for that. Could have been a lot worse, right? And an affair is what ended my marriage, which also could be part of addiction. Now, keep in mind, as I'm telling her this, I said, that was my deal breaker. I was done. Now, keep in mind, I was only in Avon for a little while when this happened, a couple years, just really getting it going. I was just finally getting off the ground. I was executive. I had a great team. My team was doing 17,000 in sales every 2 weeks. And this is back in 2004, 2005. And I said, oh, I'm going to get to that top level. And I had goals. I had Johnny. He wasn't even a year old yet. Things were going wonderful. And then boom, the floor just fell right out of my life. Everything that I had thought I had planned out just crumbled around me. And I didn't want to make that decision right off the get-go that I was going to be just done and get divorced. I thought, well, some people give them a second chance, that's going to happen. And you know what? It didn't work for me. So that wasn't an option. Needless to say, there I am now with my three little babes, 7, 5, and 1 years old, going, how am I going to do this? Everything fell apart. And I share this every time I talk because there might be new people that catch this, but it's important for you to know there were strong people in my life. I talk about having a great support system. And in your business and in life in general, you guys, you need to have a good support system. You need to have people that are going to be honest with you, that are going to help you, that are going to help you be positive when you can't be positive, because it was hard to be positive. People in my business quit. People quit. All my top leaders all stopped selling. I mean, just gave up on their business. I'm like, when I needed them the most, boom, they were gone. I'm going to tell you what, it was a dark time. And I had to keep a smile on my face for my kids. And I didn't want them to see me crumble. I didn't want to see them watch me be so depressed. And now that my kids are older, we talk about it sometimes, my daughter and I especially. And I said, because she's always like, Mom, you're such an inspiration. I love talking to you. My friends love talking to you. You always have such great stuff you share. And I said, well, to be honest, I said, not always so strong. I said, you have to keep in mind, every day I get up, I struggle with anxiety. Now, I know this is going to be a surprise to you all that I struggle with anxiety, but I do. I get anxious and it's hysterical. Do you know when somebody knocks on my door, I would look, I would peek. I really want to answer the door and talk to them. Who's here? Who's coming by? What do they want? Can they just like go, like put it out on the porch and they can come and take it? I do this. Okay. Still, I did it just the other day. I get anxious very easily. It takes a lot of self-work to keep myself not anxious. This book project, the anxiety, let me just tell you, when you put yourself out there, okay, and you're giving yourself like freely, as I do to you guys, and I share a lot of what I share because I know a lot of you guys going through some of this stuff, or you have gone through this stuff, just letting you know, it doesn't have to ever hold you back. I keep my anxiety well under check. I'm able to read. I'm able to just do what I enjoy. I know how to get past it. It still happens when I want to talk to people when I'm out in public. I will still get that when I'm out. And now, mind you, we have a very successful business now. Great customers, a wonderful team. We're going to do over 3 million in sales this year. I made silver executive leader last campaign. I'm so freaking excited. Huge pay increase. I'm well capping over $100,000 a year, and I could still stand in line and almost not be able to tell the person standing behind me, hey, are you interested in an Avon catalog? So I just want you to know it's okay, but you want to know where you want to go. And when you know where you want to go and where you want to stay and what you want to do, it makes it easier to do that. So when I'm out, I like to compliment people, start that conversation. First of all, I like them to be nice. Okay, I'm not talking to those people that aren't nice. Those people that aren't nice, I'm not really wanting to talk to those people that aren't nice because, again, like I've told my daughter, she's like, that's where I get my anxiety from. I'm like, yes, you might get it from me, but those calm pills that I gave you that Avon has, those are fabulous. They are just fabulous. They really help. They keep everything nice and calm. I mean, we just can't start putting Baileys in our coffee at 9 a.m. You know, that just does not work well. And it's just not the answer, anyways, you guys, honestly. We do have a lot of fun with it, but whatever, you know. Um, Having a goal and looking at everything that's on the table. When I'm out there and I'm sharing about again, can get anxious thinking, am I going to make this again? Look at my title. Now I'm at risk, or not, it's not even at risk, but I didn't make it because not everybody put an order in this time. And I don't know what I can do because nobody's interested. And I'm trying and I talk to everybody and I put books out. Nobody wanted to order. I live in a little town and nobody wants to order from me. I'm out there all the time. No, I'm going to tell you right now, I call bull. I'm just saying, okay? First of all, it takes so many people to build a good, successful business if you want a team. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20, 30, 40, 60, 100, 120, 200. You're still going to be building, okay? You want to make money. It's a volume. Not everybody wants to have a big business. Some people are fine putting in a small little order. Well, if everybody's going to put in a little order, they're going to take more people, okay? We like to set it out that they're putting in nice orders. That'd be great. And they're really wanting to be, you might find those 1 or 2 people that want that bang up business. You got to find them first. And it has to be something that they want. It has to be something that not you want, they want. Something that they want for themselves. Then it builds. Then you can be that mentor that you want to be. And always, so many people on my team that want different things. So I have to know what it is that they want so that I can, curve to what's going to work for them. Just being available, that kind of stuff. But it takes time and it takes a lot of building. And it's just the same with customers. Just because you have 20 customers, well, if you're not making the money you want, as I tell you in this book, you need to find more customers. Every day you can talk to somebody or find a customer. You might meet somebody online might meet you. You might find them at the grocery store. You might run into them at the bank. This is the best time of year to have that hand cream with you. Everybody put their hand out for hand cream, put some in your hand, spread it around, go, would you like some? Use it at the grocery store. You'd be surprised. I was at the eye doctor's the other day with Johnny. And the little Johnny was, he was back there getting his eyes examined. So I'm sitting in the waiting room because, he's old enough to go back there by himself. I'm in the waiting room and this woman had obviously her grandkids with her. And they were little, and the little one was little, and they were getting ready to go to school. They weren't going to school yet. It was at 8 o'clock it was an early appointment. Let's get it out of the way, right? Oh, she was just cutting it up. She was so upset. She started crying. This adorable little unicorn dress on. And I thought, So I took my hand cream out because my hands were dry and I was putting it on, and it's the new one, and it smells all like Christmas. So I go, oh, honey, I said, you want to put some hand cream on? And she's looking at me. She stopped crying because, I was talking to her. So she stopped crying. And then she's like looking at me and I go, here. Grandma says, it's okay. You can do that if you want. So she's looking and I said, here, honey. So I said, you could smell it. It smells so pretty. So I put a little dollop on the top of her hand, So she rubs it in. It was really cute, and then, she smells it and she licks it. I thought, no, we don't want to eat that. But I mean, we started talking and it was the hand cream, it was Avon, and then the woman wanted a brochure. So here you go, right there. There was my customer, 8 o'clock in the morning. And I wasn't talking to her. I wasn't bringing, it was voting day. I had my pin on. It says, vote for your Avon, vote for me to be your Avon representative. And nothing was getting anybody wanting to talk. She was the only one in there. But just that interaction with that little girl and the hand cream got the grandma to take a book. So these are the kind of things that, every day when you're out, we have a business that's a lifestyle. We have a business that we can share wherever we go. So when you get to the chapter about being in goal setting, I want you to set the goals, financial goals, personal goals. What are your goals? Do you even really know what all of them are? Write them all down. I encourage and challenge you to do that. I challenge you then to find accountability. And that runs into that next chapter about accountability. And I talk about accountability partners. I have friends in this business that have accountability partners. I have them as well. You want to hold yourself accountable for everything that you want to go and do now. So you want to be able to say, this campaign, I want to add $200 in sales to this campaign. And I don't even care what your campaign is, whatever it was, however big it was, whatever that goal is you want to set. Now you want to hold yourself accountable for it. And in doing so, what are you going to do to get it? That's what you have to ask yourself. It's not going to happen just because I said, well, I want to have more. I want to make more. It just doesn't happen. You got to do something to make that happen, right? So there's spots in the book. Write it in there. What are you going to do? How many customers do you need to add to your customer base to place those orders? And let's just give them a $25 order. I'd love for you to shoot higher, but if you're not, if you're new, or if you don't get that big of orders, make it a little bit lower. How many more do you need? So maybe you're going to use some of your customers. Maybe you're going to ask your customers, hey, do you know anybody? This is that time of year. Give everybody 2 books. It's the holidays. Have them share that book. Tell them, if you give this book to somebody and they order from me and they tell me they got it from you, then guess what? I'm going to give you 10% off your next order. And that could even help you more towards Christmas. And give them a little perk, maybe a hand cream if you don't want to give them a percentage. Just kind of make it happen. You have to think of those things that are going to help you reach the goals that you want to make in your business and in your life. Now, if you're trying to pay off debt, this is the worst time of year for that. Set a goal as to what you want to spend. If you need that money to spend, I highly suggest you work on a bonus, okay? Work on a bonus. Get into leadership. What are you waiting for? Do not wait. I know a lot of people are like, I can't recruit. Nobody's interested. I try all the time. Yeah, well, I don't really consider it always just recruiting. I consider it an opportunity, a lifestyle change, maybe a way that the person you're talking to can alleviate a lot of debt they might have over the holiday season. Offering them something that they can, do their shopping and save 40% as a new rep, whatever might help. Maybe just help you. Say, I really use you help me with my business. And tell them what you want. Tell them where you want to go. And maybe that will help work for them too. Do they know anybody who wants to go? Do you know anybody who could use extra money over the holidays? I'd love to help them. That type of thing. Los Cabos is coming for you, Robin says. I'm trying to catch some of these comments. Yep, Los Cabos is on the table, y'all. It's an incentive. It's one of those things that you need to hold yourself accountable for. If you want to get on that trip, or if you just want the money, you need to make a list. You need to start writing things down. You need to put out what it is you want. How many people is it going to take to get there? How many people do I need to bring on my team? Who do I want to work with? If you're doing this full time, this is all you're doing is your business. You just work in your business. There's a lot of hours in a day. And I am going to venture to say you don't utilize every one of those hours in your business. If you work a full-time job and you only have a few hours a day, or maybe the weekends that you can put in here, you're working it later, maybe you're finding time at lunch, maybe you're going to find time, in the morning, maybe you're going to find time in the evening. At that point, you're really going to have to ask yourself, how badly do you want it? How bad do you want to not be in that job anymore? Because most of the people that I talk to that start this don't want to work that job anymore. How about the salary caps that they have? They can only make so much. I talk about when I decided not to go back to school. That was an option for me. I thought about it for a while. My kids were older. I thought, I can start a home-based business, or I can go back to college. Yeah, I wasn't really liking the school idea. And then when I was giving it more thought, because you have to be smart, it does take a little money to make money. And if you're going to start a business, you're going to have to buy some books. You're going to have to make some investment in yourself, maybe do some advertising, whatever it's going to take. And then you're doing that kind of stuff. That's going to cost money. So do I want to put all this money into school, hope to be able to get a job when I get done with school, and then have all this debt maybe that I'm going to have left, or whatever the case may be? My decision was, no, I'm going to put it into a business. That was my decision then. So that's what I did. And I invested all my time, all the extra money that I was making and everything else into my business. And it grew pretty fast doing it that way, I have to admit. And I wasn't putting 8 hours a day in my business. I had three small children. I wasn't trying. I share that in the book. I literally was like, slow and steady wins the race here. I knew what I wanted long term, but I wasn't ready to go running after it right that minute. I mean, but thank gosh I did it, and I'm glad I had it, and I'm glad I didn't quit it, and I'm glad I stuck with it. And I'm loving the ability to be able to share with you guys the trials and tribulations. I get a lot of answers. I don't need to right now. Tracy says, I don't know what she don't need, but I don't, you're going to have to be more clear when you put in the comments because I don't catch all of them. And that might not been for me. That could have been for somebody else. But you got to find the time and you got to find the will and you got to find, the people in your life that want to support you in doing what you want to do. You really, really, really need to start with that. And that's everything at the beginning of the book. I also put it out there and ask all the time, are you taking advantage of everything the company has to offer? So, fundraising, leadership, incentives, extra money, trips. Are you trying for all of it? Or are you just sitting back going, well, I know I'll never get that, so I don't even know why I'm going to try. Because I hear that sometimes. I hear that comes across a lot in some of the posts even some people will put up. And it's disheartening to me because you should want all of it. You should want every bit of it. And I was told by somebody early on in my business not to leave anything on the table. Don't leave anything on the table, they said. If they're giving away money, go after it. Go after that money. You might not get it, but your business is going to build regardless, right? So any incentive that they've had that I've tried for, and I don't hit all of them, I have not always reached every incentive. Sometimes I've helped my team more reach an incentive. They've changed things a little now, and now they don't make it so that, they make it more leader based. So if you do have a team, you helping your team helps you get there as well. So thank goodness they do that. But keep in mind, that's just one of those, kickers. Just because you didn't get that last prize, look at all the growth you have getting there. You really wanted something in one of these campaigns. Said, oh, I'm going to have this great order. I'm going to do wonderful. It's going to be huge. I'm going to call my customers. I'm getting all my books out. This is going to be it. You put forth 150% of your effort to find out you don't get it. You didn't reach your goal, and then you're defeated. Because again, now you're going to blame yourself. Like, I didn't do a good enough job. I should have called more people. Something's wrong with me. Blah, 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 blah. It's not you. If you gave it your 150% effort and you did, then you probably gained a whole lot from that. So pick the panties up and do it next campaign. Don't just stop going, oh, that was it. No, do it again. And then do it again. Repeat. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Do it again. Do what you did and maybe some more. And I am here to tell you, and I swear it works if you keep on doing it. It's the problem is we'll do something and then we don't do it again. We stop. It didn't work, we didn't get the outcome, or hey, maybe we did get the outcome. We got the outcome we wanted, and then we just that's it. We get that one time, 2 weeks, one time, that's it. Do it again. Repeat it, change it around a little bit, add something different. That's why we share all the ideas. So one part in my book is about I don't know which chapter it is, and we'll get to it. And it's all about the different months of the year and how every single month you can do something fabulous with your business. Just not during the holidays, just not this time of year. Every month is great. Another thing I've shared, I've never not put an order in this whole time. And you guys, I had a lot going on in my life. I even got to a point for a little while, I didn't even know how I was going to pay my bill because I had to pay another bill. And then I had my Avon money and I was robbing Peter to pay Paul. And life was a hot mess. And it was scary, but I didn't miss an order. Never not placed an order. So important. So important. It would be like how frustrating it is for me when I Dunkin' Donuts up the street and we order a large hot coffee and it comes in an extra large cup. That's okay the first time, but this Dunkin' Donuts has been open for a little while now, and we go there because it's right up the street. And honestly, several, I can't even remember how many now. I've lost count. Large coffee and an extra large cup. Oh, I'm sorry, we ran out of the large cups. How exactly are you continually running out of large? Who does your, I want to say to them, who orders your cups? You ain't figured out that that number that you're putting in there, not enough. You need to up it, maybe take away from the extra large cups and order some. I mean, I don't know much about your inventory here, but I'm just saying, I'm thinking you're missing something here, right? I'm thinking. So, excuse me, that's kind of funny. That's the same with your business. So if you're doing something, adjust it and do it differently next time. Learn from what you did, do it again. How about the ones that are like, I really want to I really want to move up. I really want to make PC. I really want to have like leadership money coming in. Okay, these are all wonderful things. And again, what are we doing to get that? What are you doing to get more customers? Well, I've already talked to everybody in my whole town. Probably not. Well, I can't go door to door. I understand that. Don't have to go door to door. You leave your house. I suggest you go in a different direction. One of the things I like to do when I'm driving around is I don't like to come home the same way all the time. Helps me, work on doing things differently, getting out of the routine, adding something different. Different neighborhood. Wow, there's a whole other neighborhood over here. I didn't even see this one. Look at these stores. You're always going to the same grocery store. Go to a different one. How about your bank? How many of them are there? You go through the drive-through, talk to the same people all the time. Maybe you go in, it's the same bank. Go to a different bank. Go where you can see different faces. You have to switch it up a little bit yourself. You want to build a business. It's a people business. We need people to make money. We need people to join our teams. We need people to buy from us. We need people, okay? Because if you don't want people, if you don't want to depend on people, then you need to go get a job at McDonald's or at your other job or wherever it is you work that you just show up. And then they get the people for you and you just get a paycheck. Because otherwise, you need people. Even online, you need to find people. So you need to find the right niche, the right market, the right plan, the right post. You need people. So that anxiety that we have, we need to push that deep. We need to push that down, okay, and not think about it. Best tip I was ever given once, and it does kind of work. They said, you know what, you got to walk into that restaurant, and Eric and I will share this a lot. And I've heard Eric tell people the same story, and I can't even remember where we heard it from. But you got to go into that restaurant and you got to think, somebody in that restaurant, they have $100 for you. But they're not going to come give it to you. You're going to have to figure out which one has the $100 and go collect it. They're just going to give it to you. They'll tell you they have it as soon as you ask them. So what are you going to do when you walk into that restaurant? You just sit down, you start looking around, right? Okay. Are you going to figure out who's got that 100 or are you just going to leave without it? I bet if that was a true fact, you would go to every single one of those tables and be, excuse me, hi, my name's Lisa. Do you have my $100? No? Okay, next table. I would go to everybody and find out who had my $100. Now I know you're not going to walk into the restaurant and go up to every single table and ask them if they have an Avon representative and ask them if they'd like a brochure because they probably kick you out. You definitely can go in there with an attitude like somebody in here's got some money for me and I'm going to get it. So it might be the waiter or the waitress, might be somebody when you're standing in line, might be on your way out, but somebody's probably got it. And that's the attitude you have to take every time you go somewhere. Somebody's got money because that $100 would be real if they started ordering from you or joined your team. So every time you go somewhere, you got to find that money. That money is out there. Think of them with a great big dollar sign on their head. Whatever it takes, you have to you can trick your mind into wanting to do what you wanted to do so you can be successful. Be trickery. Use trickery all day long on your own self. That's why I share about the Post-it notes. Honestly, you guys, I'm not telling you, I don't like to talk to people. Where's my Post-it notes? I know I have like a whole stack of them here somewhere. I'm serious, like you get the book out, you put the Post-it note on the front of it, Why do you put the Post-it note on the front of it? You put the Post-it note on the front because that here, wait, they're in here somewhere. I don't know what I do with my Post-it notes, honestly. Oh, here they are. Oh, they're right in front of me. Get the bright kind, this. Get a whole bunch of them. And when you leave the house, you're going to put it on there just like this. And why are you going to put it on there? Because when you go to give it to somebody, you're going to see that Post-it note. And you know what it's going to remind you to do? It's going to remind you to say, hey, could you write your name and number on that Post-it note? And I'm going to be happy to call you before that order goes in. And if you don't have an order, at least I can get you another catalog because we've been standing here talking to you for a minute. You love Avon and da 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 da. Leave with that follow-up information. Take the little Post-it note on it and even show them my name's on the back. That's what you got to do. That's one of those things that become a habit when you use it enough times. Set those goals when you leave the house. What's the goal? 5 new customers. How am I going to get them? I'm going to take 5 books with me today. On my YouTube channel, I have an entire video how to get a $1,500 or $1,600 or $2,000 order, I think it is, off of 10 books. You go, how are you going to do that with 10 books if you're handing them all out? Gotta watch that video. In short, you don't ever give them the book. You get it back. You use that book. It makes you have to talk to somebody and hold yourself accountable to get that order. I'm sorry, I only have 10 books right now, especially if you're new. Would you mind if we can look through the book right now? Do you have a minute? Or if not, can I pick it up tomorrow? Go back and get it. Honestly, it works. So why does Avon only give a limited amount of books out when they start you off in a business? Because they want you to talk to people. They just don't want you to use our tricks on tossing them and putting them out. Now, I'm all about tossing a book. I am all about putting them everywhere. Laundromats are great. Tossing them in a neighborhood, hanging them on the paper racks or whatever, walking the neighborhood and hanging them on doors, going into little convenience stores and leaving them, going into apartment buildings that are open that you can walk through all of them, hang them on all the doors. There's more ways than you can think of. It's money for those books, and you're just leaving them. So you need no follow-up information. So you can go home and pray now for the phone to ring. And I do that prayer every time. I put books out when I was in Georgia last time, almost 500. No coupon. No, why do you have this book in your driveway? No, hey, I'm the Avon rep that's local. Nothing. Just a book with my website on the back of it. And it was a test. I wanted to see how many people are going to call me off of these. Normally, when I put out 100 books, I get a phone call. So I should have gotten at least 5 because it was close to 500. I don't know the area a whole lot. I don't know if there was an Avon rep in that area. I didn't see any signs while we were driving around. So, we hit different neighborhoods, some like very nice homes, some, middle class or whatever, all kinds. I did get one order. It was for $100. So I think that kind of maxed out my people that I was trying to get. So it was worth that day. I got that $100 order and I got that new customer that now I can make sure she gets a book all the time. And that just builds my customer base. Every time I travel, I'm hanging them up. I tell you guys, never leave home without them. Keep a box of books. And then I see that question constantly. How old? How old are the books that you put out? As old as I have them. They could be a year old. I don't care. Trust me, if they have not seen an Avon book in a while, they're going to just know that that's an Avon book and they're going to call you on the back, or they're going to go to your website. Do you think they're going to be paying attention? No, they might look and say, wow, this isn't the book that's on her website. But do you think they're just going to stop and go, oh, it must not be any good? No, they're going to shop your website. So put a sticker on there if you want to do the extra. This is an expired book. Please go to my website or call me for a current brochure. Simple, easy peasy communication. Let them know. It's so easy to go out there and meet and find people. We just got to put ourselves aside for a minute and get it done. Don't let your family hold you back. Don't let your neighbors hold you back. Don't let somebody at the front desk, that one place that you went to that said, oh, I'm sorry, you can't leave books here. Okay, that's one place. Now, if you can tell me that every single place you go to in your entire town, business, Go to the next town. If you got a town that's that bad, go somewhere else. Go drive somewhere else. Don't complain about it. You're not going to get a customer. Go find them somewhere else. If they're not getting on your social media and interacting with you, find new friends. Maybe start going into some groups that you can find some friends. Some people play those games, and then there's chat rooms with those games, and they meet people. Then they get hook up on social media or whatever. If there's a will, there's a way. And like Susan just said, she don't ask, she just leaves them. I'll do that too. They have bathrooms. Hang them on the hook wherever the customers are going. So I keep that box in my trunk, and every rest stop when we're traveling and we get out, my kids get a kick out of it. They start laughing because I go right to the trunk, take 3, 4, 5 books out, take them in the bathroom with me, hang them up on the hooks. I don't, people, are obviously I've got customers in some places. I don't know where I've ever got them from. So they could have been from a bathroom. Who even knows? Restaurants. I have my cards that I like to leave that I've shared with you guys before. Little cards. Thank you so much for your service cards. If you find yourself looking for another earnings opportunity, full or part-time, please contact me for more information about my business with my cell phone number, and on the back is my recruiting information. So I leave this with a tip. If I really like them, 90% of the time I'm going to have a verbal communication with them at one point if I like them that much and if I think they would be interested. But you know what? They might not be, but maybe the person who cleans the table off is. So maybe that person is going to be interested. So leave it. Everywhere you go, you can leave it. Anybody who offers you a service. And again, gift giving time. So now you're giving gifts. So while you're giving those gifts, while you're looking at all the service people, your mailman comes to your door every single day. Give him some Avon for Christmas. Give him some cologne. Give him a book to take home to his wife or girlfriend, or get perfume if you have a woman woman lady giving your mail, poster lady, whatever. If you go inside, make sure you're giving them something little for Christmas. I like to give them hand creams because their hands are dry from working with money. Same with the bank. Bring little hand creams to give little gifts out to them. Make sure all your teachers that your kids have are getting some kind of beautiful Avon. I just got this wonderful set off the $10 or less. $10 or less. I think this one was either $9.99 or $7.99, y'all. All 3 of these little items. Then with my discount, I can't pick this up in the store for that price. That's a gift. This is a beautiful gift for a teacher. And it's worth a lot more than what I know I paid for it, because you know what they are, full price in the catalog. So everywhere you go, all the stuff that you do, like Diane Pletcher's asking, do you guys go door to door? Sometimes, not now. It's called winter coming now. We're not door-dooring it now, but we call it financial fitness. We get some books ready and we'll walk. I don't knock on the door to talk to people. People don't want to be bothered. Remember I was telling you the anxiety I had? People knock on my door. I'm like looking through the things going, who's here? They're going to go away. I don't want to answer the door. I mean, even if it's somebody I know, I'm like, oh my God, they're here. I just don't want to talk to anybody. You will feel this sometimes. Nobody runs to the door because they're excited they have company anymore. We just don't do it. So I don't bother knocking. I hang it and I keep going. And I don't ever do it alone. I usually have to take somebody with me now. Back when I was building my business, I didn't have a big team to go with me. My kids were babies. My mom used to drive the car and I used to walk. And I'd go to the neighborhoods because some of them don't have mailboxes but up by their house. So she'd stay there and walk, and it was nice to have her. And I walked back to the car and get more books as I ran out. I do maybe one neighborhood, 2, run out of books. That would depend. It's all in really how bad you want it. And if you're leaving those books, you guys, please make sure you have a coupon with them. Don't just willy-nilly it. Don't waste your investment. You paid to get those books, whether they're old and expired or whatever they are. Put something with them that's going to get the attention. I have that in the book. Actually, when I talk about the coupon all the time, and I'm always talking about in the back of this book, I have an example of the coupon that I use in the back of the book. I also have other examples of some of the sales tools that I use, like the coloring pages, the hand flyers that we use, stuff like that. How to do a fundraising, how to set it up for your group in 2 weeks. Things that I've used, I put them in here. It's full of stuff that you can use for your business over and over again. So not only are you going to use it as a workbook to get yourself your goals set that you want, to find your accountability partners, to figure out what it was in the beginning of your life that you still holding on to. Because every time you're talking about it, you're going, oh man, when I grew up, it was just bad. My family was poor. We didn't have anything. Nobody supports me. They still don't. My family still don't talk to me. I still really don't have any friends. I still don't have this. And okay, these things we need to leave there. We need to figure out how we're going to not be as anxious, be happier, and live a fuller life. If we're not figuring those out, nobody's going to figure it out for you. The happy fairy does not jump out of the clouds and come sprinkle fairy dust on your head. It would be wonderful, but that's not going to happen. That doesn't happen. We have to find the happiness. All of that stuff, you guys, starts with you. Your success in your business, if you are so like buried in just, let's just call it gunk, family gunk, depression, kid stuff, your husband or boyfriend stuff, or your girlfriend stuff, and you got a job and they just killing you at the job, okay? And you got all this crap all the time. You need to get out of it, swim out of it, find the sunlight, let it shine on your face a little bit. Every day, a little bit of it. Every day, know the plan. How am I going to be successful and happy? Because if you're not happy, you're never going to be successful, because it is contagious. And I learned early on, I might not have it all together, but I'll go pretend like I have it all together. Easier when I kind of have it all together. When things aren't all together, it's very hard to get out of your house and feel like you are. I seen a girl the one day in her car next to me, bawling her eyes out. I thought, she shouldn't be driving that car. First thought, it was like, she shouldn't even be driving her car. I've done that before. You get in your car and you're so upset and you're just crying and you're just driving and you're just so upset. And people seeing you, they're seeing you, because I was seeing her. She was trying like to put her glasses on and act like she wasn't. You're not going to find customers being like crying like that, all upset. I'm just saying, okay? We need to figure out what we need to do to be happy, to feel happy about ourselves. I don't care how skinny you are. I don't care how fit you are. I don't care what diet you're in. I don't care how much water you drink. I don't care. None of this matters to me. How long or short your hair is, what color it is, if you have gray hair, if makeup doesn't look as good as you on as somebody else, if you can't put your lipstick on the same way they do, none of this is going to be have anything to do with you being successful, with you being beautiful, with you getting what you want out of your life. It don't matter, because you is perfect just the way you are. So if nobody around you sees that, and if nobody around you wants to support that, you need to find yourself somewhere else. I'm just saying. Figure out where it is you want to be, what it is you want out of your life. People don't have to follow you. Don't let them hold you back. And they're going to make you hold you back. You can take that all on. Find the happy button. Get a little sunshine. We was talking about the holidays. People aren't always happy on the holiday time. I'm happier. I really try to be happy all the time. Sometimes I'm just not happy. There are days, most of the time, if I'm not happy, I'm just quiet. I don't say anything. I just shut down. I learned with my business that on those days, maybe I'll stay home, but when the phone rings, I try to answer it. I used to think of it like, oh, it was God calling. Well, it kind of is, because by the time I get done talking to whomever it was who called, if it was a customer, I usually felt better. It's so amazing how getting outside for that minute and helping somebody with their order, or find something that they love, or talk about their life and family, just for those few minutes, really started to change my whole day around. So it's not always good just to just shut it all down and just be completely without anybody, or completely not talk to anybody, or whatever. It's probably better that you do try to get yourself somewhere where you can at least interact somehow. That's how depression bites us. That's how it gets bad, because you just close it off for days, and And you guys, you know, your customers are they're going to be the most understanding customers in the world. If you're going through a rough time and you don't get those orders out right away because you got those big old bricks on your feet and you just can't walk or move or get out of bed, give it a day or two and then just call them and tell them, listen, I'm so sorry. I've been sick for a few days. You know, I'd love to get your order to you. Maybe they want to come and pick it up. Just don't think, oh my gosh, it's been too long. I can't call them now. You know, same with your team. You know, if you've been an absent mentor for a while, you haven't spoken to people, you got all these team members, and you're going, you know, I've really never picked up the phone and talked to any of them. I'm not helping them. I haven't been present. Change it today. Change it tomorrow. One person at a time. Start making a phone call and just be honest. I'm so sorry. So much has been going on with my life. This is what I'm doing with my business. What can I do to help you with your business? Tell me what you're doing Avon for. What do you like? What do you want out of whatever? You're going to find out nothing's that bad and you can get it and you can make it happen and work. You know, it's just what happens in life. We'll find out everybody's kind of a little bit human. Now we can listen to Christmas music and, you know, drive my family crazy because, yeah, I put those tunes on during the day at one point or another. I'm thinking of decorating this weekend, so we'll see. But it's definitely, see this one, Chair says, is it Charlie? Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. Says that been going through some emotional issues lately. You're not alone. Everybody goes through emotional issues. Um, it's, you know, it's what happens. It's what we do with them and what we do with them afterwards. Um, Diane says she made videos to tell people about and show what's on it. Well, keep it up, you know. And if you're not getting anybody with the videos, then you know what? Reach out to some different areas. Maybe try new friends. See if you can get different people on your social media. But you know what? You're in a great family of Avon representatives. And I know if, you know, sometimes people from other direct selling companies catch our videos on YouTube and they might have great family communities too. But I'm here to tell you, ours rocks, okay? I ain't never seen anything like the power of what an Avon family does for everybody. I really, really don't. I think my family in Avon's about 110% stronger than my own family personally ever has been, setting aside my sister. My sister and I, we have a great relationship. We love each other. It's the best thing ever. We didn't have each other for a long time, so we do now. The rest of my family, I have an aunt, and then I have people that I consider my family. That's what I have in my life. And then I have Avon, and I'm here to tell you, my best friends, my best acquaintances, everything. I mean, the support that you guys have even shown me with the book has been enormous. I can't, you know, the warmth that you feel. Like I said, it's really put yourself out there a little bit when you do stuff like this. But if it's any goal you have, this is a goal of mine. You know, something that I always said I thought it would be great to do. You know, that old keynote. I always say I should write a book. I haven't wrote that book yet. Trust me, that might be like on the bestsellers list if I ever did. You know, so many things in my life that has happened. And you know, you got a story and your story helps somebody. You know, you might have somebody, a customer and a team member going through some of the same stuff. So you really, really, really do need to you know, don't cut yourself short. I want you to know in closing tonight that the next time I do this is going to be on Thanksgiving. And I won't be on because we will all be stuffed in a turkey coma on Thanksgiving. So I will be in Georgia. I will maybe hit a different video. I'm thinking of starting morning videos, maybe for some inspiration to get us up moving in the morning. I know that helps me get moving in the morning. I used to do it a while ago. I must start doing that again this way. And then we'll see how it goes. I can't promise every day, but I can definitely try to get on some kind of a schedule. I'm getting pretty good at that scheduling thing. It's taken me, 17 years? I'm getting better. So don't cut yourself short if you're still trying to work that out. Like I said, we'll be back after that for sure. But I will do another drawing for another book. So this book will be Tracy's book. So congratulations again, Tracy LaRocco. Share the video. I am definitely going to be able to pull this. Is completely public, so you can share it and I can see it. So share the video, like it, and I'm going to pull another winner next time. So that's going to be a good time. So like I said, you might get lucky if you don't have it or haven't. And if you do have it and you win it, you can give it away, maybe to your team member or somebody who you know wanted it. So it works for me. If you want the book, private message me. I just need an email address. It is $18.95 plus shipping. If you get it off Amazon, it's still the same, and you might get free shipping, but you will pay for tax off Amazon. So that Amazon or from me, either way. It's also on Kindle, but definitely love sharing with you guys. I feel like together we can do anything. Let's set the goals. Let's write them down. Let's hold ourselves accountable for them. Let's crush them. Check out my YouTube channel if you haven't. I have tons of goal crushers in there, different ideas to help you get outside of your comfort zone, whatever it takes. Check it out. But I appreciate you all. I wish you all the successes. I know you got it in you. Get out of your own way. Go get it done. And I will chat with you again next time. Good night.